Yes, so let me just quickly say a few words about Acurast before we get into the Builders program to just give an overview of what it is that we're actually doing. In a nutshell, Acurast is a decentralized cloud platform. We allow developers to run workloads similar to an AWS Lambda or Google function, but in a fully trustless and decentralized way. These workloads we call zero trust applications. And one of the use cases for those zero trust applications that work very, very well, given the confidential computing core that it is utilizing, is, of course, the Oracle use case, which brings me directly into the referenda that we currently have open on OpenGov. It's a medium spender referenda. It's, I believe, number 312. And the goal there is to provide to the whole Polkadot ecosystem, regardless of whether you're building your application with an EVM stack or just natively with Substrate or Ink WASM smart contract, that we make available these price feeds and so on and so forth. There's more detail about the actual proposal, of course, on OpenGov, and it would be amazing if we can get your support. It's looking good. We already received quite some support, but of course, it's undecided at the moment. Still, thank you in case you're supporting us. Then, yes, please. Okay, then the other thing, of course, update on the Builders program. These zero trust applications, you can start already today building them. And you can head over to console.acurast.com, and we just opened a Builders program that is quite attractive for people to join. If you have a project that could use some sort of verifiable compute, some sort of automation which is on-chain, some sort of cross-chain communication, well, then I believe that this could be interesting for you, because Acurast is offering this layer, this abstraction layer to developers that is called universal interoperability. And what it basically allows you to do is to either observe state changes or data changes from one source, and this source can be another blockchain or a Web2 application, REST API, but then also bring this to another chain, which, of course, there's plenty of use cases for that. So if you have a project, please join this Builders program. I think it's definitely worth it. You find more details as well on our website. And maybe last update from our side, we released, and this is more for the other side, for the people that are actually providing this infrastructure, a new processor version. So in case you have not updated yet, it's a good moment to do so. And yes, the incentive program for the processor is also still ongoing. So if that's something that interests you as a validator, maybe that could also be something that you can look up there. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Great, thanks very much, Alessandro. Super exciting stuff. Be sure to head over to Acurat's Twitter or X account to read more details about it. You were just on AAG earlier, or last week, was it, to talk about your referenda? Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. And I believe it also had quite a positive effect. I think what in general people like is that the full stack, like of our orchestrator, is actually built with Polkadot SDK. We are as well leveraging the parachain slot on Kusama for our incentivized testnet. And I believe what people like about the proposal is that it's kind of a eat your own dog food thing, because it's for the community by a project that lives in the ecosystem. And yeah, and also the feedback was great in general. We managed to learn a lot on that AAG.
Nice. And I think, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but the cool thing about Acurast is that the processors are actually handled on Android phones, or they can be handled on Android phones.
Absolutely. So, right. The thing is, if we take a look at the general landscape of cloud computing, you have a couple of tech giants that are monopolizing the space. And if you truly want to go after them, then with a decentralized system, you need to play by other rules, so to speak. So what I think is quite unique about Acurast is that we are leveraging mobile devices as the processing unit. And it turns out that mobile devices are more resilient, more performant per watt consumption, as well as more secure. And they are kind of the platform of decentralization. And that's why I believe that as well. If you take a look at various metrics, it's by a huge factor better than what current players can offer. And I think it's the only way that you can then come up with something that is actually better. Because if you say, okay, well, let's build a decentralized cloud, but in the end, like 80% of your nodes are running inside a AWS or Google hosted machine, I think that it's kind of missing the point, and it's not going to be sustainable in terms of you will never be able to then really challenge those players if you're building on them.
Got it. Very insightful, and thank you for explaining that. We'll move on now